we're having smothered pork chops at the Young's house over a fluffy bed of rice. We're gonna make up some sweet corn and some cornbread. Make sure your hands are clean. I'm so excited about this. Have you had smothered pork chops before? If you haven't, you are in for a treat. Or even if you've had them but you're not sure how to make them, I'm gonna show you today how easy it is to make this recipe. Anybody you feed these to, they're gonna go absolutely wild over it because there's so much flavor packed in this one recipe, and I love making it for my family. So here we are. I have some gorgeous assorted pork chops that I've washed off using a little bit of lemon juice and cold water and some salt. You give them a nice wash and you rinse them, and we pat them dry with a paper towel. Of course, we have our corn, some nice fresh corn here. In my corn, I'm going to use butter. I'm going to use sugar, salt, and pepper, and that's it. Okay, you're going to need just some flour, whatever kind of flour you like to use. I'm just using an all-purpose flour. You're going to need some seasonings to make these taste good and also to make our gravy taste good. I will be incorporating some soy sauce, okay, for my gravy. Every once in a while, I'll do that. So we have some salt, some chicken bouillon powder, some black pepper, parsley flakes, garlic and onion powder, and we have some beef broth. This beef broth is gonna assure us that our gravy is gonna be nice and dark, right? And I have some butter. Let's start. First thing we're gonna do, let's go ahead and get started seasoning up these gorgeous pork chops to give them some flavor. If you don't put enough seasoning on them, they're gonna be bland. You don't want that, right? I'm gonna go right in with some lovely black pepper, and I'll be flipping them over and seasoning the other side. I love when I can find a medium thickness to my pork chops. I'm not a fan of the real thin ones. They don't cook up right. I gotta take the paper off of these guys. I'll be right back. With that onion and garlic powder, and honestly, on purpose, I'm using a nice amount because I want that flavor to shine through. You hear me? Absolutely. Who loves smothered pork chops like we do here at the Young's house? I love them, and I do feel like this is my husband's, one of his favorite recipes that I make, and I don't mind making it because it's so easy to make. So I'm gonna go in with some salt, and those that can't use salt, what I always tell you, leave it out and it'll be okay, trust me. All right, we're gonna flip them over and do the same thing, and then we're gonna let these pork chops sit with these pork chops. Then we're gonna let this seasoning set on the pork chops and marinate for about 15 minutes before we even begin to cook them. Go ahead and season the other side. I am so excited for this. I think I'm gonna sit outside and eat my dinner today. I am. I'm gonna sit outside and I'm gonna enjoy the weather and enjoy my food. All right, gorgeous. Oh, this smells so good. I'm so glad I found some good pork chops this time. You don't always get that lucky going to the local market looking for some good pork chops. Either they're the thin ones or they have none, right? But today, surprised me, so I'm super happy about pork chops. Marinate with these spices. Let's go ahead and make up some corn. I'll show you how I make my corn. Anytime I use the corn, there are some times that I'll use corn out of the can, but I do prefer the corn that comes out of the bag. So I'm going to use 2 10-ounce bags of the frozen corn, and in my pan there's a little bit of water, just a little bit, okay? And we're going to season it. We're going to use some salt, but then we're going to use some sugar too, and the sugar will balance out the savoriness that our corn has, okay? Just 2 pinches, not enough to make it sweet, but really just to give it that umami flavor, make it taste good. That's black pepper, and here's our salt, okay? And then I'm gonna put a half a stick of butter in and just let it go. It's that easy. I'm gonna make up some cornbread, and then I realized yesterday we just had cornbread, so we have cornbread, so I won't be doing that in today's video. So now our pork chops has sat with these spices for about 20 minutes. We're getting ready to dredge them in just plain all-purpose flour. These chops nice and dredged. Just get a nice light dredge onto them, and be sure to shake them real good to get that excess flour off. The reason why I always say that is because naturally flour goes to the bottom of the pan and it burns, right? If you got extra flour on there that you didn't shake off, your pork chops will have like a burnt taste that I don't want, right? So let's get it nice and dredged. Just like this, my oil is heating up. We have the corn going, and I'm all excited. Let's talk about something that's super important. We're gonna put these into the hot oil, okay, on like a medium high heat. All we're really looking for is basically like a nice sear onto the pork chops. where it gets kind of crusty and a little bit golden brown on both sides. And once that happens, we're going to take them out of the pan and just set them on a platter, because I want them to finish cooking in the gravy where it's going to smother. That's where that smother term comes from. It's going to finish cooking and smother in that gravy. Will the pork chops be done when we take them out of the pan? Absolutely not. We just want to get that nice color and take them out and get the other ones cooked. Pork chops going right in. Oh yeah, that sizzle means we're moving in the right direction. Don't overcrowd your pan. You do want to get that nice crispiness to them, and stacking too many in the pan, they can just steam. Pork chops are frying. The corn isn't going. The corn is pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on just warm. So now in my pan, I've got about this much water. I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and I'm going to go ahead and either put chicken bouillon or salt into the water, because if you're making rice, you have to season it. If you don't, it's going to be bland, right? We don't want that. So now, this is the type of rice that I like to use. And it takes 11 minutes to cook it to perfection. I absolutely love this rice. So it comes in a bag. For those of you that's never seen this before, there's no perforated holes in here. So it can still pick up the flavor of the salt or your chicken bouillon. Bring the water up to a boil, and you only have to boil this for 11 minutes. It's going to be light, nice and fluffy every time. Go ahead and cut an onion. I got a beautiful onion here. You can't have smothered pork chops or smothered steak, smothered anything without onions. And I do understand there are people that, you know, if you're not a fan of onions, just leave it out. But I'm going to suggest get you some onion, because it's going to taste good. What we're going to do, you have two options. You can saute the onions ahead of time, or you can turn around and just put the onions right in the gravy like I'm going to do today. I need another onion because this one is bad. Add another onion. Let's go ahead and slice it up. I like long slices, or the rings if you want to, you know. Let's do it. This is plenty enough. It's like a medium-sized onion. Oh yeah, smells good too. Drink of the day is a nice hot cup of coffee. It's about 6 in the evening, so I'm moving kind of slow today, but I think by the time I get finished drinking this coffee, I'll be moving pretty fast. Go ahead and check in on these pork chops. Remember, we're just looking for a little bit of color and a little bit of crust. This is great. Oh my goodness. Pork chops continue to cook up. Our water has came to a boil, or your broth, whatever you're cooking it in. Put that in for 11 minutes. And now I'm going to show you how to make this gravy. The gravy is so easy. Making that gravy is super easy. All you have to do is you're going to use equal parts of your oil, or whatever type of butter you're going to use, because you could use butter too. I'm using oil. You're going to use equal parts oil, equal parts flour. Okay, so I know how to eyeball mine, but by all means, if you need to measure yours out, go ahead and do that. I'm making like a whole lot of gravy because I really want for my pork chops to smother and just I want to have extra gravy left over for tomorrow. Okay, so what we're going to do, we need to cook the raw taste out of this flour for about 5 to 7 minutes. And yes, it'll begin to get like a dark color. At no time do we ever want this to look like plaster. It should never be that thick. So let's take a good look at this, because this is what is called the roux. And once we add our beef broth and some hot water in, that's actually what makes the gravy. And in the beginning, I don't want nobody to worry. It'll get real thick and you'll think, oh no, I messed it up, but you did. Putting that liquid in until you get gravy consistency, and then we're going to take them chops out and prepare to put them in the gravy once it's done. Oh yeah. Before we put our liquid in, and this is actually turned like a blonde color. Oh yeah, it will, but you're really cooking that raw flavor taste out when you do that. Let's go ahead and put our onions right into this. Just like that. It's going to really flavor. Now we're going to put our liquid in. My dad taught me how to make gravy when I was 9 years old, and I never forgot. He would ask me, he would say, do you want to pour the liquid in or you want to stir? And I would have the choice to say, oh, I want to stir it or I want to pour. And he just taught me how to make the best gravy. And when people taste my gravy, they love it. And you're going to love it too. First thing we're going to do to season up our gravy is let's use some soy sauce like my dad would do. Back in the days, he put soy sauce in there. Now be careful, because soy sauce does have, salt in it. We're going to put a whole lot of onion and garlic powder in there. That's what's going to flavor it and make it taste good. Okay, we're going to put some parsley flakes in, because parsley makes everything gorgeous. You know it does. Put us some black pepper in, and the flavor is really going to come from the bouillon powder. As much or as least as you would like to do, I'll probably do about 1.5 tablespoons because I got a whole lot of gravy. I'm going to stir it up, and guess what happens? These pork chops go into finish cooking and to smother for as long as you want. Before we put our chops in, let's go ahead and taste this gravy to see if it's good first. You don't want to put the chops in and your gravy ain't seasoned right. Oh yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and put these lovely crispy pork chops right into that seasoned gravy and let it simmer. How long am I gonna let mine simmer? For about 40 minutes. And sometimes longer if I want to. The longer you let them simmer, they're gonna fall apart right off of the bone. This is my smothered pork chop recipe that you're gonna absolutely love. You're not gonna see me do the taste test today because I got other things to do. But you get the gist of how to make them, Gina Young Style. Enjoy the recipe. While we're at it, before I get off of here, let me show you how beautiful the rice is. Of course, you're gonna drain it just as I did. Put it into a nice clean bowl and stir around 2 tablespoons of butter into here. Nice and fluffy and gorgeous every time. If you enjoyed today's video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on, tell your family and friends, tell the world what Gina Young's doing in this kitchen every single day. And Father, on today, we thank you for this gorgeous meal. Your hedge of protection, your love time, your mercy, and your understanding. Father, I thank you for what you've always done and what you're getting ready to do. Amen. Until the next video, good night.